In this session, we'll review landed cost functionality in Acumatica. Landed costs are different from typical standard vendor expenses in the sense that what needs to be ultimately paid to the vendor providing services, instead of getting expensed to the general ledger, it adds value to the inventory that's received. And we're going to see that through this process, all the effects to the general ledger. So with that, we started with a landed cost transaction. It is its own unique transaction type in Acumatica. Creating a landed cost transaction is very similar to creating a vendor bill. So we start by selecting a vendor. Then we add a line item. And instead of adding an inventory ID for a service or a product, we select a landed cost code. Looking at the landed cost codes here, we have two of them, one for customs duty and one for freight and transportation. The allocation method for customs duty is by cost, and the allocation method for freight and transportation is by weight. There are two other allocation methods that are available. One is by quantity and the other is by volume. And what that's going to do is take that landed cost and, based on this allocation method, spread it throughout the line items of the receipts that are being having the landed cost applied to it. So we're going to select this transport landed cost code, give it a value of, say it was $300. Now we're going to move to this document details subtab and add a receipt of goods. Here's one. You go ahead and add it. And note here the weight. So the first line item here weighs over 3,000 pounds. The second line item weighs over 1,000 pounds. And the last line is just over 700 pounds. Also note this allocated amount column. So when we save the landed cost transaction, that weight is determined how to spread that $300 across all three line items. Now we're going to take that landed cost transaction off of hold and release it. What that has just done is created an inventory adjustment here that we see on the first tab for landed costs. So we'll open up that inventory adjustment transaction and look at the batch number for it. I'm going to sort these results by account so that $300 of landed cost has now been added to the inventory asset account for all three line items from the receipt. And the three credits that counter that on this transaction is to an account called the landed cost accrual account. This can be best thought of as a suspense account. So what's going to happen is that value is going to be replaced when we create the AP bill. We're going to do that next. So we'll back out to the landed cost transaction, create an AP bill, release that. Oh, we get an error here. We need to put in a vendor reference. We'll put in something arbitrary here. Release that. And now looking at the batch number, we have an accounts payable balance, the amount that we owe, $300 to the vendor, and that landed cost accrual account, or think of it again like that suspense account. Now that's been cleared. There was $300 credited on the inventory adjustment. Now that's been debited on the accounts payable bill. Hope you found this useful. Thank you for your time.